So just arrived back to the apartment post grocery store run, and what I wanted to do is kind of walk y'all through why I have been doing a 72-hour fast and the proper way to break it. I'm by no means a health expert, but I've done a lot of research into all of this and have a great reasoning for why I fast and also how to properly break a fast. So I want to make a video about it. So just got some groceries, as you can see. So let's head upstairs and let's get into it. Hey everyone, so editor Harrison here right now. I'm editing the video that you're currently watching, so breaking the third wall a little bit, but I realized that I lost the footage from me explaining how to break your fast. So I figured I would throw that in right now and kind of just do a bit of a voiceover talking about what it is. So I figured I would explain that now. So essentially what you want to do is you want to start with some bone broth. So you want to do like a big bowl of it. This is really good for the gut lining in your stomach. So really good to start progressing into breaking the fast with that. Really good for your gut, really good for the gut lining. Like I said, full of collagen and a bunch of other nutrients that we need in our body. So yeah, then after about 30 minutes, you want to move into a probiotic yogurt. So this brand is 7 Stars Farm. It's really good. I think it's best if you try and get one that is A2 protein or made from sheep rather than cow. If you don't know anything about that, just get one that's probiotic, live probiotic. That will do the job. But the A2 is a little bit easier on the stomach, which especially after you're coming off of a reset like this, you want to be very easy on your stomach. So yeah, you're gonna wanna do both of those. And then also you're gonna wanna follow that up with a fermented food if you like those. Personally, I don't really like them, so I don't really eat them that much on the reset after the fast, but things like kimchi are really great for that. And other fermented foods that you can just implement back in. Once again, they're really good for the gut, really good for resetting everything. So yeah, sorry I lost the original footage, but hopefully this suffices and hopefully it helps you understand how to break your fast. Once again, it's just bone broth first and then move to yogurt, waiting about 30 minutes in between. And then after that, you can ease back into an actual meal. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was why to fast. And so the first point that I wanted to hit on was the health reasons for fasting. So there's this process in our bodies called autophagy. And long story short, autophagy is where your body cleans itself out, right? So when we are living, we constantly get, different viruses, diseases, sicknesses building up cells in our systems, including things like cancer cells. And so what the process of autophagy does, since your body isn't working on maintaining other processes like digesting food, it allows your body to go through autophagy, which cleans your body out from all of the other stuff. And so this is a really good thing to do occasionally. When you do these 72-hour fast, your body goes into this cleanup mode. But the thing is, it takes a while before that autophagy kicks in. Now you can do things, there's some studies stating that coffee helps with autophagy in the body. But if you really want your body to go into a full cleanup process, it's not until after hour 48 that you see these benefits of autophagy and your body cleaning itself up running on full cylinders. And so that is the primary health reason for doing this. But there's also other things like kind of resetting your gut by going that long without food. If you go back into it, like I mentioned with bone broth and probiotic yogurt and even fermented foods like kimchi, then your gut will reset and it will renew itself and be in a very healthy state going forward. So if you've had a lot of gut issues, that could be another reason why you do this. And a last health reason that's kind of underrated is it helps reset your taste buds. So if you've kind of gotten into this mundane feeling of eating the same foods over and over, and it's not really, something that you're looking forward to anymore. It can reset it and makes food taste really, really good again. And then also, if you have a lot of cravings for fried foods and, the genetically modified foods that all these big corporations feed us, then you are able to reset those taste buds. And, if you introduce whole foods going forward, it'll make you crave those a little bit more. That's not as much science, that's more just my experience. But yeah, I figured I'd share that. Definitely the biggest health benefit of fasting long term is the autophagy and the cleaning up of your body on the inside and allowing it to reset itself. But once again, this is not something that you want to do frequently. Once a quarter at most, I would recommend. I do it once or twice a year. So yeah, that's the health reasons. Cleans up your body, cleans up the inside, makes sure that it cleans everything out, gets you rocking and rolling really well. So the last thing that I wanted to hit on for this video is the spiritual reasons behind fasting and why I fasted for spiritual reasons. So in Matthew 4 verses 1 through 11, Jesus goes out into the wilderness and fasts for 40 days and 40 nights. And the reason that he does this is to strengthen his bond with God during a time of intense temptation from the devil. And so that kind of played into me is just that I wanted to do this to strengthen my bond with God. It goes about dedicating yourself to God's will, and denying your flesh is the big part of what it was for me, because you're denying something that you're so routinely eating. You routinely eat 2 or 3 meals a day, but what you're doing is you're denying your flesh. You're denying your earthly craving in order to seek God more. And so you can see it right there in verses 1 through 11 of Matthew chapter 4. And it's definitely something that I can say that I experienced, because you replace those times that you would be eating with spending time with God in prayer and in the Word and even in worship. And so you just replace the craving of your flesh with the craving of your spirit. And then it can be seen again in Daniel chapter 10, verse 3, where you can see that he ate no choice food, no meat or wine touched his lips. He used no lotions at all until the 3 weeks were over. And during this time, he sees a vision of a man, and there's a whole story there. But the reason that Daniel did this was to gain understanding from God. And I think that was something that, I just felt kind of called to do on my heart, was just to seek understanding, seek to understand his will for me, seek to understand why certain things happen in my life. And it's not like I had some great revelation where I heard from him or anything like that, but it's just that extra time that you're spending with him in prayer rather than satisfying your flesh is extremely powerful. And I'm by no means a preacher, no means the most knowledgeable about the Bible and everything in that realm, but one thing's for certain, in that I believe that fasting is a great way to get closer to God. I think it's something that we're called to do, and if you've never tried it, just give it a go. It's tough, but it's supposed to be tough, and it teaches you to rely on God. So yeah, there's a lot of benefits from fasting, and I hope I was able to explain them in this video. I think that, from a health perspective, it cleans out your body, does a really great job of that. From the spiritual side of things, it helps you get closer to God, helps you learn to rely on him and trust his will for you, and that he is your strength, not yourself. So yeah, I think it's a great reset to do every once in a while when you feel called to do so. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Just kind of felt called to make this video and explain my experience with fasting. It's obviously tough, but I got through it, and I think it was a positive for me on my life. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. As always, never stop your relentless pursuit of continuous improvement, and I look forward to us talking again soon.